Hi, I'm Michael J. I'm a real estate broker in Seattle, and a lot of people ask me, hey, can I buy a house? And why should I buy a house? Well, that's up to you. But the bottom line is, if you're paying $2,000 to $3,500 a month in rent in Seattle, $24,000 to $50,000 a year, what are you getting for it, right? Do you get security? Do you get peace of mind? Do you get independence? Or are you getting taken, right? A real friend will tell you the truth up front, right? So you don't resent them later. So if you take a look at that and you say, what's your landlord doing for you? Most of the time it's nothing, raising my rent and not fixing stuff that's broke. But if you took the choice and you took the risk to buy your own house, you gotta know, hey, can I buy a house? So the first thing you need is decent credit. In today's world, that's 620. And about out of every 100 people that I give credit repair counseling to, maybe 2 or 3 people actually make a change. Because I don't really feel responsible when somebody burned off their credit. Life happens. And the number one reason for bankruptcy in this country is medical problems. So I can feel with you, but I don't want to leave you there. I want to move you forward in getting your credit improved. So after that, you need a down payment. Now the state of Washington is really great. They'll give you up to $15,000 with no payments and no interest for 30 years to buy a house. The catch is if you sell or refinance, you gotta pay them back, which isn't a very bad catch, right? Because just in getting $15,000, your payment will go down $100 a month. Okay, and then if you have been saving and responsible, and probably 90% of America doesn't have a savings account, so don't feel bad. Most people live paycheck to paycheck. But if you have a 401k, you can cash it out, $40,000, $60,000 pretty easily to buy a house. That's the number one source. Number two, if you have a gift. So they can gift you 3.5%, 5%, 10%, 20%. There's no strings attached. So if they just sign a little letter and say, hey, here's a gift, go buy a house, the money's good. It has to be tracked, but the money's good. And then if you just say, oh no, hey, I've got my savings account, you gotta know if you're a military veteran with 18 months service, honorable discharge, you can buy with 0 down payment. If you buy in a rural area, USDA loan, you can buy 0 down payment. The down payment assistance we just talked about, and then FHA, the minimum is 3.5%. But there's also a cap, right? There's minimum maximum. So usually it's $530 or $729. So even on the high end, you buy a nice house for $700,000, you're gonna only need about 25 grand. If it's a smaller house, starter house, $400,000, you're gonna need 14,000. But I just shared with you that you can take 15 from the state. So the last item is you need durable employment. So 2 years. You don't have to have the same job for 2 years, just the same line of work. If you're self-employed, 2 years. You can't cheat on your taxes. You got to give a profit and loss for your pay stubs. And then 2 years W-2s if you're employed. And then 2 years tax return, 2 months bank statements so they can see that the money's in the bank. And those are the things that you can translate into a pre-approval. And that's all you need. Again, 206-200-1234 is my number. And I'd be happy to serve your needs.